Hi, how are you all doing? I hope well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending time with me. I'm thanking you for choosing to spend your time with me. Woo, it's already started. Okay. Um, please subscribe and like the video and the channel if so inclined. Wow, I'm already off to a great start. That's okay. I am venturing into the world of coffee. So this is in my lovely mug. Isn't this wonderful? I got this at an art fair. This lady made it and painted it, and all the little beings and the beautiful dragonflies and irises. It's just it makes me happy to look at it. All right, and the coffee's pretty darn good too. Okay, so the energy this week, and we are rounding out to the end of the week. It is now Saturday morning, and the energies this week have kind of been a little rough to handle, quite frankly. I think for everyone, it's just been a whole lot of emotional chaos, insecurities, and I'm putting myself right in that pool. I'm swimming around in that pool with you all. Other people have had really just uncomfortable experiences this week. And anyway, it's just been a kind of an uncomfortable week in a lot of ways, physically and emotionally, I think. So I decided to pull decks to use today for a general reading, and this is a general reading. And I'm asking for the energies, the downloads, the information that will carry us through today and tomorrow, Sunday, and get us into the beginning of, I know the week technically starts on a Sunday, but in my mind it starts on a Monday because that's a work week, right? So I picked for today and tomorrow, excuse me, decks that have a little bit more of a gentle energy. And so let's see what comes up. I want to set the tone. Well, first, I ask Spirit for a message for the collective. What is the dominant message for the collective today? And immediately, what popped up, even surprising me with how much force it came up, I got the message that your intrinsic value is not dependent on anyone else. So for anyone who needs to hear that, there you go. Your intrinsic value is just that. It is intrinsic. It is yours. It is part of who you are. And it is the culmination of your life experiences. And that will be different for every person, which is a good thing. That way we have more experiences to come together and to bring to the table, so to speak. So understand that your value and how you see yourself is entirely up to you. It is not dependent on the titles you place upon yourself or that others place upon you or other people's actions. Well, Spirit's jumping in, so here we go. Okay, so to expound on that a little bit, what I'm getting, okay, is that a lot of people, all of us, me included, we all have fears and insecurities. As a result, people very often function from that place of uncertainty and what distills down to fear, a fear-based emotion. Okay? All right, so what next, Spirit? You got me that far. Let's finish this out. Let's follow this through. That's it. You just have to understand. Understand that everyone is dealing with their own set of fears. And a lot of people used to say their own demons, but that just makes it sound scary. And when you're kind of working in the woo-woo world, people tend to take that a little too literally sometimes, So, but people are dealing with their own set of fears and insecurities. They cannot all be exactly the same, but they can have thematic similarities. As a result, stop, breathe, focus your thoughts on calling in clarity and healing for yourself and all involved. when we can lift ourselves, oh, thank you, Spirit, that feels good too. It just feels good when they give me this kind of information. It's like hitting a reset button for all of us. When you can remove yourself or pull yourself out of that place of confusion and chaos because you're so intricately tied into it or thrown into the mix, you don't want to be in a blender where everything just gets mushed up. You want to be able to look and see ingredients, and they're showing me like almost a recipe. It's like you want to see the ingredients, individual ingredients, and the coming together of that is what makes a beautiful stew. You want to be able to pick out each ingredient and know what it is. If it's all just brown mush, it's not very appealing or appetizing. And that goes along the line of preferences, or everybody likes a certain part of the stew the best, whether it's a big piece of meat or a potato or a carrot or whatever, you know. I don't think anybody wants to chew on a bay leaf, so. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Just know that your intrinsic worth is just that. It is not dependent on the actions or even the words of anyone else. It's nice to receive validation, of course, but do what is good for you and do what is good for your spirit, mind, body, spirit connection today and tomorrow. It will help you set that critical reset button so that you can handle things as they come along, because I think things are about to shake up a little bit. I think that's why we're getting this message. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how that shakeup's going to happen. I do feel like it's going to lead in a positive direction for soul growth and expansion, and you will come to understand who you truly are and what you, I'm hearing what you know to be true. Okay. Hopefully all of that will make sense to you. And if it doesn't, give it the next, today and tomorrow. And by the end of the day tomorrow, revisit this and see if that makes sense. Hold true to what you know to be true. Just write that down somewhere. You don't even have to rewatch the video. But it's just be true to what you know to be true. Okay. All right. Well, the first one we're going to get, this is a really beautiful, positive deck. It's by Rebecca Campbell, and it's called Work Your Light Oracle Cards. I love the imagery and the colors, and anything with that many roses on it, it feels good, right? And this is what the back of the deck looks like. She's got a couple in this vein, but this is the one that I have, and I've had for quite a while. I like using this one I like this one to help with the overarching or dominant vibe, to help us understand what we are supposed to think about spiritually in the sense of what is the vibe spiritually for us today. And they said, pull this one right off the top. Interesting. This came up yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday when I was talking about Bridget's well and fill up your well. Look what it is. Fill up your well. Retreat, rest, and refuel. Retreat, rest, and refuel. Wow. I like how that's just a nice validation, you know? And something about water is healing. Even if you're not close to water, if you've got a sink or any kind of running water, if you can find a stream that's clean. But yeah. And don't forget, if you're in the shower, and the water's running over you, use it as a psychically and spiritually cleansing moment as well. Water, water, wash away all the fear of today. All the fear of yesterday, all the fear of today, whatever. Everything distills down to fear. Fear of loss, fear of whatever. So you get it. But today you are going to fill up your well, today and tomorrow. So I think that's a beautiful, beautiful message. And they said we don't need another one. Okay. So if you get a chance, and I'll try to use this more often so you guys can see it, but I know there are a lot on YouTube, there are a lot of walkthrough channels or flip through channels. And so this one is the Work Your Light Oracle. Okay. All right, so they are directing me to this one, and I haven't used it here lately. This is the Tarot of the Golden Wheel. Okay, and they're tall, but they're narrow. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, hold on. We are going to use this bit in a minute. I almost look cross-eyed there. Anyway. Another setting. This one I think is for setting boundaries. I just heard setting boundaries. Interesting. Okay, that's really interesting. Yeah, the messages are very different today. Let's look at the Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Linn. Isn't that a pretty image? I love anything that has a pathway or that leads to something in imagery. And that's got, of course, a gateway, since this is a gateway. And I call the gateway to the other side the gateway, of course. So let's see. But what I heard, whereas the Oracle of the, I can never remember this, light. I always think Oracle of Roses, and that's not it. It's Oracle of Light. When I use that one, it is for a spiritual message for reset. What do you need to be aware of? This one, I just didn't even have anything in particular that I use it for, other than it's a pretty direct and feel good kind of deck. But you heard it, popped out of my mouth. Boundaries. So what does the Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Linn want to tell us today about healthy boundaries? What does she want to tell us today in her deck? Or not Denise Linn, but what does Spirit want us to know? That was not phrased correctly, sorry. What does Spirit want us to know about healthy boundaries using the Gateway Oracle cards? All right, let's see. Let's see. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? This is going to be in relation to healthy boundaries. Look at the bottom. Okay. Dwelling in truth. I stand in the light of my truth. Or I stand in the light of truth. And what was the message that Spirit came through with? So we're getting a lot of validation. Fill up your well and know that your truth is your truth. I love it when I get these funny phrases, or they feed me these funny phrases. If it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, if it looks like a duck, guess what? It's probably a duck. So stand in your truth. All right. So that's your boundary. If something feels off, then it may be. But it probably, I'm getting, has nothing to do with you. So that could also change how you look at things or interpret it. Man, I'm just always so impressed with Spirit and how Spirit works. Ooh. Hi, Mr. Denny. Uh-oh. He's eyeballing Maggie. I think he likes her bed now. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? Oh, that is too funny. Well, all right. We're just going to let him be there. We'll see what happens. Maybe this is about that. The Six of Wheels. Oh, Six of Pentacles. This is about going back to the past. Yeah, I think that's for them. He's having some health challenges that are pretty significant. And so, Denny, are you going to let her stay? Maggie doesn't move. Okay? Look at her. Look at that face. She's like, make me move. She's a big girl. All right, well, we'll just keep an eye on that. Maybe they'll just curl up together. Okay. All right, for the collective, let's see what Spirit has to say with the Golden Wheel Tarot. Hold on here. Danny, honey, are you okay? What's going on? Are you wanting her bed for a minute? Maggie, come on, baby. You want to let him in there? Okay. I'm sorry, my hair's probably all like separated and flat in the back. It's flat in the front. Okay. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm letting him do his thing. Okay. So, okay. Back to it. So, welcome to my world. Okay. Where was I? I'm sorry, I got very distracted. He's having a lot of problems. But anyway, that's okay. He's happy right now and asserting his alpha status. All right. Mother and Father God, please direct my words, thoughts, and actions. Help me to know what the message is for the collective. Step into this reading, guardians and guides. Oh. And I can always feel the shift and the difference. Okay. What is the message for the collective? What is the message for the collective? All right, that one. All right. Still face down. Have no idea. What is the message for the collective today and tomorrow? What is the message what are the messages for the collective today and tomorrow? Using the Tarot of the Golden Wheel. Okay, well, so far we've just got that one card. Okay, and I'm not sure what this is, but I just felt a pull right here. I just felt a really tight, like, tension pull. I'm not sure what that is. Is it related to this card? They said, yes, it is. This card is the Tower. So, okay. This tightness I felt in my jaw and in my neck, and almost having trouble catching my breath. And we have a Tower card. So things are changing. This is an old Southern phrase, so, well, it might be for a lot of places, but someone's having a come to Jesus moment. You don't have to be Christian to get that, okay? That means accountability is about to happen. Okay. This is a massive tower. This is not a single story, or not single story, but a single structure tower. This is massive. And look at all the birds around it. I asked what kind, and I didn't. It's not a crow or a raven. I heard vultures. So they're going to pick away the dead, and they're going to take away they're going to clean the bones. What do you want me to know about this? This is the only card Listen to your truth. It will show you the way. Man, I was hoping for some gentle energies today. We got the same old heavy stuff going on. I guess we got to get to the heavy to get through to the light, right? You got to get through the darkness to see the light at the dawn. And a new day is coming. A new day is dawning. Okay, I'm just going to say what I'm hearing. And so if this fits you, take it. If it doesn't, just let's move on. We'll get through it, because there's like 50 million messages that always come through in these videos. I never know what to put in the description, because it changes so much and so fast. But I'm just gonna, if this resonates, because this is a general reading, please remember that. But what I'm hearing is, people have no idea how strong you are. People have no idea, none, how strong you are, and how many times you have watched and been in towers when they come down. I'm actually hearing this. You are a master mason. You can rebuild anything. You know how. It is okay. It is okay to take your time, regroup, take a deep breath, focus on your health and wellness. Understand that sometimes towers collapse to remove old structures and old ways of doing things. And it forces you to take a look at yourself. I think that's it. I think this tower is about forcing each individual to look at him or herself with full accountability. And that's tough. That is a tough thing to do. Is there anything else? Once you do this, and all things come out in the light, then you can go about the task of rebuilding. You cannot rebuild while something is on fire and still in the act of crumbling down. You cannot clear the ground until you have extinguished the flames. You must do things in a sequential order. That's important. That's a heck of a message. Truly look within the depth of yourself, and as you're well refilled, is it truly filled? Because then you will have enough to extinguish the flames that are burning the tower down to ash while keeping you safe. Wow, that's kind of intense. Well, I guess it doesn't matter what deck I pull, the energy's going to be the energy. Ooh, that made my head buzzy. It sounds positive, I think. I hope. I mean, it sounds positive in that it feels like there's no more playing around. Like the time for games are over. And it's truly, I'm hearing it again. I hope you guys think this is, I love this phrase. I think it is so funny. It makes me laugh every time I hear it. The come to Jesus. This is your come to Jesus moment. Yeah. It's kind of like it reminds me of the people who have been hedonistic their entire lives, and then when they're taking their last breath, it's like, oh, I'm saved. I know that's not anything to joke about, but it strikes me as funny. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, my biological dad was like that. He was just a big old bruiser felon, you know. I'm just going to put it out there. He was my biological dad. Not the one I thought was my biological dad for a long time. Hello, Jerry Springer Show. But anyway, so yeah, he was just a huge, big, felonious man. And I'm laughing about it now. He's been gone a really long time. But it's just so funny how when you realize you're not in control as much as you think you are because you can't control ultimately, we all have to go. Something has to take us over to the other side. And yeah, it's just amazing to me all of a sudden how repentant people become. So maybe instead of waiting until that last breath, maybe try to be a good person now as much as possible. And we all have our moments, you know, we all do. That's why we're humans. That's why we don't have big, giant, lovely wings sprouting out. I sure like to wear them, though. My little hummingbird. I found these at the health food store. So, you know. But anyway. Yeah. Okay, I don't even remember where I was going with that, so I'm going to leave it there. I would like to get, all right, they're showing me, I'm thinking we're kind of running long on time here, and I would like to get at least one message for a personal message just about you and you, because I feel like that's what this has been. This really doesn't involve anyone else. This is about you and your awareness of who you are, what is your truth, what is it you want, what is it you stand for, all of those things. And I hope it's culminating this week so that we can on Monday come in with the energy of positive change. I'm hoping. So maybe we have to do this to get there. This week has been the Tower week, you know. But I'm going to ask Spirit to give us the unfolding from the Unfolding Path Tarot, a message for the collective to help us to understand what it is that we need to, what is a message that will help us to get through truly extinguishing the fire of the burning tower, scoop away all the ash and debris so that we can build, truly build a beautiful lighthouse to shine light everywhere we go. That is the goal. So, or not everywhere we go, but so that we can radiate light no matter where we are, or no matter where we build. Okay, and everything, I did not do a good job shuffling. All right, so what is the message that the collective, one more time. What is the, I always say it seems, one more time. So what is the message for the collective using this particular tarot deck that okay, this one just jumped straight on out. Okay, we're going to put that right there. Well, starting on a good note, we got the Queen, or not the Queen, the King of Cups. So that one clearly wanted to be there. All right, so what is the message for the collective that we need to be aware of to help us over to the course of today and tomorrow to understand how to prep the ground to build a beautiful lighthouse? Enough with the towers. Towers are where you imprison people. It's not pleasant. It needs to come down. Hold on. Thank you. So, what is the message for the collective? All right. That one. God, I didn't want to leave my fingers. Okay, I don't know what that one is. It's face down. All right. What is the message for the collective? What is the message for the collective? What is the message for the collective about this? Thank you, Spirit Guides and Guardians. They're saying pay attention to nature and pay attention to the signs in nature that will help you to understand. Oh, that's interesting. And one just like on its own jumped out of the bottom of the deck. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. All right. I'm going to get from this deck or Light Seers. Before I show you what these are, I want to get a clarifier from the Light Seers Tarot. You all know this one. light seers. Okay. This is interesting. Help me out, Spirit, because I don't want to misinterpret this. Please help me to know what I need to know. Please help me to know what I need to know. I ask for guidance and I ask for the words to share with the collective. What is the clarifying card to help me to bring this all together? What is the clarifying? Is it this one? Okay. Thank you, because a whole bunch, but the one made it distinct. All right, what is the, is there any other clarifying card to help me understand this? Okay, thank you. Is there any clarifying card to help me understand this particular reading? Any further cards to help me understand this reading? Yeah, okay. All right, okay. That one. Oh, dang, man, everywhere. They're just jumpy today. All over the place. Okay. All right, here we go. And this is jumping out at me. Not that one, this one? Okay. And when I say something is jumping out at me, it's like when I see it, it's like it pulses. And I hear, take it. So that's what I do. Now, all right, so, all right, we start out with King of Cups. I know I'm a little shaky, I haven't had breakfast yet. And then we have the Eight of Cups. And then we have the Three of Swords. Now, for the clarifiers and the outcome, we have the Chariot, the Seven of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, or you could say coins, the Two of Wands, and the Strength card. And then the one that was pulsing, that it said, take this card and kind of leave it over to the side, the Star card. And this is a very, I see this as a very positive card. And in this deck, I also see it as coming into union with your higher self, your higher purpose, your higher calling, and your higher wisdom. Okay? So, ultimately, everything is going to be okay. You will be the person you are supposed to be. You are your own wish fulfillment, but understand that it's going to be okay because you are going to be okay. Now, getting there, let's see what happens. It's always getting there that seems to be a little difficult, but then that's not the end. It's just to set you up for the next phase. So, the first one's from the unfolding path. The King of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Three of Swords. So, Spirit, please take over, because I am not about to just try to interpret based on the meaning of the cards or the visual markers on the cards. Help me to know why you chose these cards and what you want the collective to know. Walk away from pain and suffering. Why carry that with you? Let go. Let go of all the burden of the unfilled cups and let go of the heartache. You have so much more to offer within yourself and without. This is about building a lighthouse in the place of a crumbling, burning tower. A lighthouse is filled with light. The tower was the brokenness, the woundedness, the fear of heartbreak. The walking away was the crumbling down. This is who you've been all along. The question is now, do you really want to build a lighthouse? Whatever you are choosing, and there is a choice being made, because there are actually three cards here that are signifying watching, waiting, biding your time, and making choices, uncertain of what choice to make, juggling. But it's going to happen pretty quickly. It's going to happen, what I'm just hearing is when you least expect or suspect it. You're going to have one of those epiphanal moments where you just have this download of, aha, I get it. You know your own thoughts, feelings, and your own heart, and you have the strength to follow through with it. And this is an easy strength. It's not a fight. With the gentleness of a lamb. This feels like a very protective energy. And you simply know and understand what needs to be done. And you realize you have the strength to do it. Now, it's not showing me if it's building that lighthouse or perhaps something else. But whatever it is something that will come from a place of certainty and assuredness. This could be a big weekend. It's a weekend of standing in your truth, filling your well, understanding that things don't come from the outside. It all starts from the inside and moves outward, much like that light on a lighthouse. Be in your truth. That's the main message. If you receive nothing else from this, or if none of it resonates, then just hopefully this will. Be in your truth. All right. Yay. Sounds like a little bit of work to do. Well, I am going to make myself some breakfast, and I am going to, I don't know what kind of day it's going to be today, but I think I'm going to try to get outside and be in nature, because that's right. We did hear that. It was pay attention to signs from nature. Okay, so signs from nature will help you understand what is happening around you and what's going on. Okay, sounds good. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a great weekend. You are enough. You are more than enough. Remember that. And I send you all of my love and gratitude. And thank you so much. Look at Maggie. She's so funny. Big old chunk of cat. All right, everybody. Be well. Take care. And we will see each other on Monday. Bye.